Hello and welcome back to An Old Man Playing Minecraft Badly. And I've been doing some work, as you will see. The reason there wasn't an update last weekend was because this always, as usual, took longer than I expected. But I've been doing some work around the place and I thought I would show it to you. I'll be showing you everything that I've been working on. I have another project that's half finished, so I'm not going to show you that just yet. But I've kind of rejigged my cocoa bean farm into this. I mean, I don't know that I'll ever need to actually harvest any more cocoa beans, but it's there in case I need it, taking up very little room. And I've bred my bees up, so all of my bee hives are working. But the main thing that I've been working on, other than this long pathway which stretches across the whole island now and has a nice little bridge here, is my farming district. So we'll come up onto the bridge and have a quick look at that first of all. So just a little bridge over the. So I put in this culvert coming down the hill, and flanked it on both sides with farms. And you can see there are farmers. Obviously, there were some villagers who escaped from my villager breeder some time ago. And since I put in these farms and stuck composters next to each of them, those villagers have converted themselves into farmers. And obviously we've got more on this side than on that side, which is why so much of this side has kind of disappeared. You've got all of this stuff that is properly farmed out. And then over here, this is where the farmers are actually doing stuff. These parts that you can see here, I'm just going to pop another torch down there, is because unfortunately, basically, villager farmers are really bad farmers, and they continually jump up and down on crops and destroy them. So originally these were all set to be farmland, and so that you could grow crops on them. But yeah, my experience is that the villagers, they have a tendency to jump up and down on your crops and ruin your cropland, which is a bit frustrating, but it'll take them a long time to completely destroy these farms, particularly since it seems like they only actually go a few squares from their composters, and the rest of it is left untouched. Now, in addition to that, because I had 14 composters, I set up a couple of houses, which I'm not 100% happy with, but we'll take a look at them anyway. I set up a couple of houses, both 2 stories, both have 7 beds in them. As you can see, I've also got some resourcing down here that I have tucked away, just so that it doesn't obscure things too much. But yeah, so we have this house, 2-story, couple of beds on the bottom floor, and some beds upstairs. And because these beds are here, and there is plenty of food, the villagers are breeding, and we have some kids running around as well. Lots of kids, in fact, running around. So this is building number 1. A couple of nice outlooks over the river, and a single slope. I wanted to do something other than a peaked roof for this one, so I did a sloped roof, and then we have this little sort of conservatory type on the side where I've got the chests inside. But yeah, just a fairly simple building on that side. And then if we hustle our way over here, I've also put in pathways, as you can see, so you can actually follow a path to these. I did this one from terracotta on the ground floor, and then wood on top. And I also, just to kind of give the building some shape, because it didn't have much shape when I first built it, to give the building some shape, I put in this little straw storage area, basically, with a roof over it, which just, I think, yeah, made the building look a little bit better than it did otherwise. Only a little bit, but yeah, it helped. It was very, very plain without that storage area to kind of break up the outline of the building. And then the building inside itself is very straightforward. We've got, again, 3 beds downstairs, 4 beds upstairs, not a lot of room. I think there's only at the moment one villager living on this side, maybe, but I assume that eventually all of these beds will get put into use, as these just breed themselves up based on the fact that there is plenty of food. So the culvert that I did actually put source blocks throughout so that the stream is continuous all the way down. I just thought it would look cool. I think it looks pretty reasonable. So the idea is, I mean, obviously I have tucked away other water sources so that irrigation actually stretches this far. So there's some sort of secret water sources, but the idea is that in the fiction of the world, the farmers use this water source to water their crops. But in reality, I'll see if I can find a spot where it's visible. Yeah, you can see it just there. In reality, I've chucked some water source blocks under the stone stairs in order to ensure that all of the squares stay irrigated. So that's the main thing that I've been working on of late. I'm reasonably happy with the bridge. It could have probably been a little bit more detailed than it was, but I'm reasonably happy with that. And yeah, I've put these two buildings together and got my farming district going reasonably well. The other thing that I put together just very, very quickly and simply, and I'll go back inside to show you that, and then we'll call it a day, because as I said, I do have one other project, but it's not ready yet. The other thing that I put together, two things, I guess. I've got a killing zone for chickens down here, where I collect the eggs on a regular basis. I've got plenty now. I'll probably kill those chickens soon for food. And then in here I have obviously a very, very simple snow farm, should I need it. I even got a second diamond shovel. This one's got fortune on it, so that I can get lots of snowballs from it. So yeah, I've got a little snow farm in place in order to make stuff using that snow blocks if I wish to. I did have to go off on a long journey. I might grab those because I'll be cooking them in a second. I did have to go off on a long journey in order to get those. I'll grab that, that's cooked food. Which I did off screen, but now I've got a source I can get lots more white blocks if I need them, because I can just use snow blocks for stuff, because thankfully in Minecraft, unlike the real world, snow doesn't melt just because it's warm. Snow will only melt if you put a flame source near it, which is quite handy. So anyway, I'm going to murder some chickens and cook their meat. But that's everything I had to show you this time. Next time there'll be one more video before Christmas, and I'll show you the other project, hopefully, that I've been working on. Hopefully it will be ready by then. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you in the next one.